tell me how you don't train here?
I don't.
Okay.
My team trains here.
Okay. How did
Good
you?
number of them.
Okay. How did you find? Did you bring them here just out of curiosity, or did someone else bring them?
Actually,
here?
my brother was a former professional baseball player who worked with Steve a couple years ago, and once he started working with him, we started sending our baseball players from Millersville over as well.
Great. So say, tell me you're a college baseball coach, and that you decided to bring. You can say you or your brother or whatever.
Right.
Decided to bring your kids here, your athletes here, and for what reason?
Well, I'm a college baseball coach at Millersville, and my brother was a former minor leaguer with the Braves, and he started working with Steve a couple years back, and when we saw results that Chris was getting, my brother, we decided to send some of our team here also.
Excellent. And you can look at me.
Okay.
Okay. And you said you saw the results and this and that. So you knew there was a reason why you're sending them here. You're not sending them here just like to fool around. And
Absolutely.
It's like a playground. No, there's a reason. Tell me the reason you sent them here and what your original goals were and what you've seen progress.
Well, we have 35 athletes on our team. So with 35 athletes, it's impossible for baseball coaches to figure out an individual program for each guy with their strengths and weaknesses and their imbalances. Some guys have flexibility issues with their hamstrings. Some guys have flexibility issues with their quads. So they're, and again, I'm not an expert. I'm a baseball coach. So my expertise is in teaching the game and developing baseball players. Powertrain is an expert in strength and speed and conditioning, and they're going to help from a functionality standpoint with each individual athlete. So we train 35 athletes over there, but if we can get 10 guys from our program to work with Powertrain, we know that they're going to give them the individual expertise that is going to help them on an individual basis get to where their potential level is from, to become better athletes. So that's what we're trying to do with our guys. And like I said, we don't have the expertise over there to get them to that level on an individual basis.
And you say you don't have the expertise over there. I was just going to say, why not just train at your gym? It's easier, isn't it?
Right. Well, it'd be easier to get 35 guys in there and say, do the bench press 10 times and do 3 sets of squat at 6 reps. But we give our guys the option. If they want to come to Powertrain, they have the opportunity to do so. Then absolutely, show up to our workouts, help your teammates through the workouts. But at the same time, we know that they're going to get a better workout here and improve faster here. One example would be a guy named Chris Egger a couple years ago. Chris had chronic hamstring issues. Played 4 years in our program. We could not figure out why he continued to pull hamstrings. He was a regular in the athletic training office in the morning. It was just part of his routine. Every day he'd be in athletic training at 7 a.m., getting his hamstrings stretched out, ice and stim and so on and so forth. Chris came here for 6 weeks in the winter prior to his senior year. He added 15 pounds of muscle as a senior, which is just unheard of. Freshmen you can see that happening with, but a guy that's been around our program that long to see that type of gain in that short amount of time is phenomenal. And to make things even better, he didn't have a single hamstring issue the entire year. That sold me. We couldn't figure it out why we kept getting hurt, but when he came here, they figured it out right away. It was an imbalance that he had. They strengthened that area, and he played every inning of every game his senior year, didn't have a single problem.
That's incredible. And tell me any specifics you see, on the field, whether it's speed, agility, but even anything specific to do with your sport, any sort of changes.
Sure. There's obviously with baseball you have a lot of throwers, and there's injury prevention with throwers. The guys that have come here have had 0 injuries. Obviously you have some guys mechanically that needs to work some things out on the baseball field, but from a power standpoint, it's really hard to train the torque that goes along with baseball. There's a lot of torque involved. These guys have figured it out from a core standpoint that there's a system involved that they have here that helps with the torque standpoint, and that's something from a baseball side that's different from any other sport. And I think that golf maybe there's a little bit there, but very few sports have a throwing and a swinging aspect, and they've been able to work into their program that side. So our guys have seen gains in velocity, they've seen gains in bat speed, they've seen gains in foot speed, they've seen gains in lateral range from an infielding aspect, from an outfielding aspect. So, and we've had 1 or 2 catchers here also that's a completely different area also. Coming out of a squat, They've seen their times to second base improve also. So there's a lot of different positions, and again, it goes back to that individual aspect of they're able to train a pitcher differently than a shortstop and an outfielder differently than a catcher, so on and so forth.
What have you heard from your guys as far as feedback working with the trainers here?
Once somebody does that free trial, it's more of a challenge for me to get them here the first time. Once they get them here the first time, it's, oh my word, coach, it's just a world of difference. I can't believe that you can do something that's this different. It's not just going to the weight room and getting our workout in. They see results right away, and it's within days or weeks that instead of years of hard work. They also know that what they're doing is functional. They know it's individual. And again, I keep throwing that word individual out there, but they know that from an individual aspect, they're doing the right thing. I wish I had it when I was playing, because I feel like I did what my research told me to do, but I didn't have anybody to help me with that individual aspect of the test, the analysis of here's what you need to do to improve. I think this is what I need to do to improve, and I know I could have gotten better and faster than I was if I had an expert working with me. So
Awesome.
It's really
Good. Thank you so much.